Om Apyayantu mamangani Vak pranaschakshu Shrutramathu Balamendriyani cha sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Ma Brahma Nirakarut Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranam mestu Tadatmani nirateya Upanishatsu dharmaste mai santu te mai santu Om Shanti 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 Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, the sensory and motor organs and the life force become strong and efficient. All is verily the one without second, blissful, conscious existence itself. Let me never deny this truth of oneness of existence. May this truth never reject me either. The experience of this truth depends on acquisition of virtues spoken of by the scriptures. May all those virtues be with me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Let us feel our divine essence, our oneness. May all the names and forms be gone from our consciousness. I feel the absolute oneness beyond time and space. It is unchanging. I see I have no desires. I am the pure consciousness. This is the peace. Om. Peace, peace, peace. So, dear friends, let's begin today's discussion with our usual chants. Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditaratashchartheshvabhijñaswarat Tene brahmhridaya adikavaye muhyanti yatsurayah tejo varimridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha dhamna svena sada nirastakuhakam satyam param dhimahi. That from whom the creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who is illumined by the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of the three gunas subsist, just as the combination of materials like fire, water and earth subsist in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. So, as it is described here, that God is the real nature of everything. It is involved in whatever is being seen or sensed by us, felt by us. Whatever that is there is all pervaded with God. It is like your tortilla is pervaded by flour. So God is in all this, but one special feature is that while it is happening, it does not undergo any change whatever. It just remains as it is, the unchanging entity. And on that unchanging entity appear all these various different names and forms. This is called a creation through superimposition. There are various ways of creating. One is, well, you get various materials, put them together and make it like when you have a house made. Different materials are collected together, put into each other, and then you have the house. So, but this is not like that. This is also not that something you buy from the shop and so now it is yours, so you got it now. Or it is not something that you got it repaired, fixed or serviced and now it is functional, it is yours now. None of these. It is just appearance without any change. So it is like the cloud. While remaining this same cloud, it can be looked upon as having different shapes there. The children say that there is the elephant going in the sky, or no, it is not elephant, it is a bison, or it is a rabbit. All different shapes are happening there, but the cloud is just a cloud. None of these shapes are causing any problem to the cloud. The cloud just is cloud. So this world is actually God. Without any change, that God is appearing as all this. But our minds go to various forms without understanding this truth. And so we get caught in it, we get into bondage, and that is the only cause of suffering here. Suffering, fear, all those reactions, they, tie into each other as it were. If there is suffering, well, there is fear also. Wherever there is multiplicity, there is fear. So one is afraid of other, even if the connection is, say, very, very close and loving. Yet there is a fear. Today it is so good, nice, but who knows what will happen tomorrow? And there is always the uncertainty about these things. That is why the insurance companies thrive, you see. So, because we don't know what is in the store for tomorrow. So, this is fear caused by multiplicity. Then there is always I and mine, the bondage, and that also causes fear. That it is because whatever is mine, I want to hold on to it and want to keep on adding to it. In Sanskrit, this is described by two nice words, yoga kshema. Yoga means to keep on adding more and more to what I have. And then kshema means to hold on to what I have. So, thus the life gets spent in this, and thus we miss the happiness or bliss which is our nature. So, we have been seeing this very important chapter called the advice of Kapil to his mother Devahuti. And Devahuti is the disciple here, the student. Normally the relation is that the mother is the teacher, the child is the student. But when the child is incarnation of God, God has taken human form as the child, and the mother very clearly knows that now is the relation is now turned to in the other way, that the mother is the student, the child is the teacher. So we saw that Devahuti approaches her son, saying that it is, please tell me about all by which I will become freed from this infatuation. She knows. One has to, to go to the teacher, one must become aware that I am ignorant, I need to learn. I know everything, I am asking question to test somebody else's knowledge. And then that won't be a proper studentship in this connection. In the spiritual matters, the studentship is where you feel that I am ignorant, I need to know, and that ignorance is not something the theoretical. I mean, not that in my head I know everything, but I do not have my actions, my life getting conformed to what I know. And that is the problem of most of us, that we can certainly give lot of good lectures on the spiritual matters, but it is not always enough to change the direction of our life. So that is why the question arises, that because of infatuation, that although somewhere I know that God alone is real, the mind is still dragged towards the objects of senses, gets into their clutches, and thus we suffer. It is, and so it requires a guru, a teacher who will show the path. So Devahuti tells to her son Kapila that in you I have found the excellent eye, so that I can see the truth, seeing through a good eye, not a already corrupt, cataracted eye, but a clear eye. So through that now I will be able to see the truth. So she says that infatuation, what is that? I am this body, and this body and all that is that comes from it is mine. I and mine. All this is the infatuation. This is also according to your plans. And who caused this? There is nobody who causes it. It is the God Himself appears as all this. There is no other cause. This is a very important thing to know. This is a confirmed position of Vedanta, that God or the Self is the only reality. Nothing else is there to act on it. There are two very prominent schools of Indian thought, Indian philosophy. One is called Sankhya, other is Vedanta. Now, Kapil is known to be the philosopher for Sankhya system. But the Sankhya system that we see here is not that Sankhya system where the two principles are postulated. One is the principle that is matter, and the other is consciousness. So by the mixture of these two, everything gets created. Now, of course, when we take these two as the fundamental principles, everything does get explained at the empirical level. Everything has the matter part and the consciousness part. The two have come together as it were. And thus you see this universe. It is conscious because we feel the consciousness in everything. We become conscious of things. That is how the only way we perceive. That why the world is here, I become conscious of it. And there is this chair, I become conscious of it. Here is Gary cat sitting there, I become conscious of it. It is, I become conscious of so many things. So, there is this conscious part and there is the material part. But Vedanta says, no, there are no two. The same one reality through ignorance. And ignorance is not a matter something. Ignorance is not knowledge, not knowing the truth. It makes it look different, that's all. So this is how it is described here that Kapila will be telling his mother the same thing, that it is God alone is there. But in ignorance we see this multiplicity. That multiplicity becomes the further cause of attraction, repulsion, time and space. So there is the birth in time. Without time there is no birth or change or death. There is the time is because of multiplicity. And so the time is experience changed. And time means it is things change. That is why you perceive time. So, and thus there is the birth. Otherwise there is no birth. There is no death. It is this illusion is caused by this non-perception of one. And thus non-perception of one gives rise to the perception, infatuation, thereby in this multiplicity. So this is she says, that is the problem. I take shelter in you, who is the only real shelter. How can those things which themselves are tottering, can fall any time, can go away any time, how can that be my true shelter? It basically cannot be. So, therefore, God is the true shelter. In ignorance, we feel all other shelters. That there is that joke told that a man kind of somehow fell in a big well, and then that it is not in a big well. It is he was but he had a rope to catch on to. The rope was sliding. It has gone into the well. He was clutching to that rope. And then, now how long can he be clutching? So he shouted, "Is there somebody? Is there someone?" And heard a voice. God said, "I am here to catch you. Let go the rope. I am standing right down there. Let go the hold of the rope. I am standing there to catch you." That is not believed. He says, "Is there someone else?" We don't want the refuge in God. Someone else? Yeah. It is this person will help me, that person will help me. Well, they will and will not. They are not independent. They are also bound like you. They don't have any capacity as such to help you. So one must remember this. So Devahuti understands this, that you are the only real shelter. You are the axe that can cut this tree of worldly bondage. It has to be cut. It cannot be made nice. That is a big difference between those who want to make the world nice and the spiritual seekers. Those who want to make the world nice, they are rooted in this, that the world is real. There are some problems with it, but we can fix them by some minor adjustments. There is the idea in Judeo-Christian tradition that the world, God has given this world to us, it is a broken pot. And this, our job is to fix this pot. Now, the whole idea actually is not acceptable. The world is unreal. It cannot be fixed in principle. Its fixing is see it as God, that's all. God alone is there, the world is not. This is to fix the world, you see. And we have been trying to fix the world for how many tens of thousands of years. Still there are the problems. And therefore, well, sometimes we feel the old times were better. Old is gold. There was no pollution and all. We start singing the glories of those old good times. Because it is not fixed. We try many things, but it will not get fixed. We want faster and faster means of travel. Think that will fix the problem. And it is, it will fix some problem, will create another problem. That it is, now soon we will have, what is that called? Hyperloop. So that one can reach from here to California in barely half an hour. So then there is the idea of teleportation, that you can just go through the telephone and just as the messages get transmitted, the bodies also can be converted into electromagnetic wave and can be sent anywhere instantaneously. Do you accept this, Naomi? Very good, There are some who don't want to accept it, that it is such a simple thing. But what, even if you can do that, the ancient sages used to do it like that. They could travel to all different planets and such places through that means. Not only that, as the Patanjali's yoga aphorisms describe, that you can make the copies of your own form. And just as you make copies of the different books, same book it is, and a million copies exactly alike. So you can make your body into million copies and put them anywhere you want. So this is called Kaya Vyuha Siddhi, that construction of the bodies. That just as you can have the printing press and then print as many copies as you want, so you can make so many copies of the same body. It is. But even if you do it, will that remove the problems of this world? It will not. Will it be conducive to peace? No. You will have to suffer in million bodies, that's all. As if the suffering of one body is not enough. Now you have million bodies to suffer through. So, none of these, the world is not fixable. Only way to fix the world is to see what actually it is. And that is what this saintly lady Devahuti is praying to her son. So, and Kapila says that, yes, I shall explain to you the path of spiritual realization which leads to the supreme good, wherein the pleasures and pains of samsara meet total and irreversible abeyance. Total and irreversible abeyance. Important, that complete annihilation of all problems and irreversible. Not like, you got corona, you got cured and again it came back. Many places have new these corona cases. So it subsided, again it is coming up. So the problems in the world are like that. They come, you remove them, but they come again. Like you cut some certain grass and remove that. Now in the spring you see all that starts coming up. So that is how the problems in this world can be completely eradicated only by knowledge. Then that is why he says that, but this is a path. Path shows two things here. One is that it is the practical possibility that there is the road to get there. Otherwise, how it is impossible. If it is somewhere in the heaven, how to get there? No, we don't know. So it makes no sense at all. It is, I have to be able to go that place, then only it can be called practical. Otherwise it is all just lot of imagination, that's it. So it is one characteristic of path. The practical possibility has been highlighted. Second, equally if not more important aspect of there being the path, that we have to walk on it. That we have to transform our lives according to the direction of the sages, our teachers. There is some work involved in that. It is not just automatically things will happen. No, it is a path. We have to be assiduously following that path. Like I told on Tuesday, that the path doesn't go anywhere. The path is there. Does this road go to New York? Well, no, that the road is right here, Road does not go anywhere. But if you go on that road, then you can reach New York. That is the meaning of it. So, one has to follow that road. This is to be imprinted on mind, that we have to follow. Just because I have been going to Vedanta Society, just because I have got the mantra, and then, well, now things are all automatically going to happen. No, it is that all those things you are coming to a nice place, holy place, getting advice from a guru is only a help for you to go, the directions to go, but going has to be done by you. So this is the idea in that it is a path. And now he tells that it is just the change of attitude that is to be done. He says this yoga is eternal, not that this is the first time I am telling it. And I had expounded it earlier to the sages of ancient times. Same thing Lord Krishna told Arjuna in the beginning of the 4th chapter, that he told, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam. It is, I had told it to Vivasvan long ago, and then Vivasvan told to Manu, and Manu told to Ikshvaku, and like that the teachings got continued. But because of the corruption that happens as the property of time, in time things get corrupt. That certain ideas were there to, but then people, because of their ignorance and insincerity, changed those teachings to suit their convenience. And thus the teachings get corrupt. As they get corrupted, I have to again tell them in a new format, in the new situation. That is the advent of incarnation. God incarnates again and again for this purpose. So Kapila also tells Devahuti that it is that yoga adhyatmikam punsa mato nishreyasaya me atyanta uparatir dukkhasya cha sukhasya cha. This is an important point here, that all total annihilation, not just of misery, total annihilation of pleasures also. Remember, dukkhasya cha sukhasya cha. Not only the suffering. The problem is our attraction towards pleasure makes us land in misery. That is how this world is. It is strange, it is contradictory, but that is how humorous it may sound, but that is how it is. Contradictions are the source of humor. And so here you see such contradiction. You see the pleasure and you run to get it quite naturally. You go to get the pleasure and you land in opposite of pleasure, you land in misery. That is how this whole situation is. So contradictory. What Sharada? If you go to get pleasure, you expect pleasure, but you land in misery. So therefore, our pleasures also need to be eradicated. That whole pleasure and pain will get replaced by the total unchanging bliss. That is what is promised here. And then I had explained that in the previous ages also, Pura Naghe Rishinam Shrotu Kamanam Yogam Sarvanganaipunam. This yoga, previously also I have explained so many times. So now it is the same, that it is what Sri Ramakrishna also emphasized. We will discuss that now, that the mind is the cause of bondage and liberation. It says that if the mind is attached to the gunas of Prakriti and their products, it leads to bondage. But when it begins to feel delight and attraction of the Lord, it leads to liberation. Like we have fire, the picture is shown here, a common example that the fire saves, it is too cold, one would die. It is therefore in our parts where the temperatures in winter go to that minus 20 and all that. Now the person, if there is no heating, the person will die. It is considered an emergency. So it is therefore in the those plumbing or those maintenance people, they have to come immediately to restore the heat. So it is because it is emergency. So this fire can save the lives. It is, but it can make the house get on fire if it is not properly controlled. So it can kill by putting your house on fire. So it saves, it kills. It is fire. So mind is like that. When it is guided or when it goes towards the names, forms and things of the world. Here it is called the products of Prakriti, means the combinations of different things, different names and shapes. That is all Prakriti, means nature. It is in nature you have all these different things. The mind goes to them, bondage. But when it goes to the source, the God, then that very mind becomes the instrument of liberation. So mind is needed in both cases. Nobody deliberately wants to get annihilated and get into bondage. We get into bondage not willingly. Willingly we go to get pleasure. But that when you order something in the restaurant, bill follows, isn't it, Naomi? You have to pay the bill. That is not now whether you want to pay or you don't want to pay. You have to pay that. So it is like that you go to get pleasure, but you get bound. As Swami Vivekananda mentions in his lecture titled Work and Its Secret. So that is our condition. We go to hunt, we get hunted. And this is in the nature like that. We go to enjoy pleasure, we get enjoyed. And we don't get enjoyment at all. This is how they going to these created things, the nature that creates this problem. Go to Creator, God. Then the result is liberation. So the mind has to be trained to do that. Kapila says, therefore, that what is yoga? It is purification of mind. Mind will be able to bring freedom to us, but we have to purify it. All yoga practices, all spiritual practices, the essential aspect is purification of mind. And what does it mean? That it is said there, when the mind is freed from impurities of lust and greed. Lust and greed. Lust means all the desires. And greed means the means to fulfill those desires. That is how the two things are mentioned. Like I want a lot of enjoyment. So that is lust. Especially all types of enjoyments, they get kind of concentrated or merged in the sexual enjoyment, and therefore that is prominently called as lust. So lust. And now how to fulfill all that? I start thinking that I need house, I need this, I need that, money. So greed. And both are just bottomless pits. You will never be able to fill those pits. It keeps on increasing and increasing. So, this is lust and greed. So, how these lust and greed come? It is lust and greed come from, it is mentioned here, I and mine. Therefore, Sri Ramakrishna used to say that, look, God is incomprehensible to the impure mind, but can be seen by the pure mind. This is, so remove the impurities. And just as if the pond has all the water is dirty, that lot of algae and such thing are growing on that, then you don't see the bottom of that pond. Clean it up and you will see that the bottom of that pond, that lake. So exactly like that, there is the mind, there is lot of scum and dirt on it. So therefore the God, the true nature of it is not visible. So clean it and it becomes visible. It is exactly like that. It is said, what is the impure mind? Lust and greed pollutes the mind. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, this thing, that kama kanchana, that lust, and kanchana, gold, means what? It is the greed, money. So it is, and how it becomes I and mine. That is the concrete form of ignorance. Where there is only God, I and mine get seen, and the interaction starts happening. So this I and mine, this wrong knowledge, is the source of lust and greed, which becomes the source of bondage. So now we know the cause, the diagnosis is done, and now apply the remedy accordingly. Sounds simple, but why we are not able to do it is what is called the bondage, that being caught. Even though we do not want to follow that path, there is that power of bondage. It makes us do what we don't want to do. We don't want to follow that path, but if you are bound, we get dragged by that. There is no freedom there. So it is the difficulty lies there, that I don't get really, I know these objects, they are not going to bring any pleasure to me. I don't want to run after them. Yes, at some point I did run after them. Now I don't want to run after them, but they have got hold of me now. Now they are dragging me. What an agonizing experience. I am hijacked. I don't want to go, but I am not being given a ride. I am being taken for a ride. It is an experience of bondage. So, therefore, what is to be done? Call on God. Somebody who has the capability to liberate. No man will be able to do that. No man. God alone can help us, friends. Let us remember this, that it is, they call on that which is the reality of everything. And thus, that bondage will gradually be weaned away. The forces will go away. The I and mine will become less and less. What is meant here by I and mine, that I is not what is called the all-pervading self. No, it is a reflection of that in this body and mind, that we keep on thinking I am, I am, I am. It is, this is the bondage, this is unreal I. And that then makes all these things manifest before me. So this is important. So Sri Ramakrishna would say, therefore, this we have to replace this I and mine by thou and thine. That the wrong, false understanding has to be replaced by the right understanding. That God alone is true. Everything belongs to God alone. See, this is an awareness that is to be cultivated with assiduous practice. We have to really keep on reminding ourselves that I am not this body. The body is not mine either. All this belongs to God. Everything belongs to God. Because that is the truth. By doing that, we are not doing any favor to God. Oh God, you lack bodies, take this body. No. We are not doing any favor to God. We are just acknowledging the truth here for our own benefit, that it is freed from these, the mind merges in God. It is as simple as that. It is they freed from these attractions of various products of this world. Ignorance, products of ignorance. That is what is meant by products of the world. They are products of ignorance. Going towards them, sure bondage, friends. There is no way one can escape it. Please let us remember this. No, these are nice things, these are beautiful things, these are very enjoyable. Well, whatever you may say, you are going to get caught and bound and suffer, because it is not real. That the problem is, it is not real. So that is how the whole perspective needs to be changed, That is, the spiritual life is just going to the truth. Worldly life is going to mirage, If you go to run after the mirage, you will not get water. This world is like that. It is unreal. Howsoever nice it may appear. Wow, there is the water appearing there. But it is not there, just appearance. Let us recognize this, friends. What can I say? We need to recognize that none of this has any iota of reality except God. God is the reality. Because of the reality of God, there is that appearance of water there. So instead now catch hold of the God, go towards that which is really water. That will fulfill you. Otherwise, it is suffering. If we go for that which is unreal, there is no fulfillment. It is, no, you know that real water is a little farther away. And this mirage is close by. Let me get water from there. This person in ignorance thinks that he is intelligent. He is getting water in less effort. Is it getting water in less effort? Not getting water at all. So that is how one must say that you have to go to the real source of joy, not these objects, not these candies, not these other so many such pleasurable things. They are don't hold any pleasure there. It is God alone is the source of all happiness, friends. So that is how this has to come gradually. And what is the priorities of life change, What happens is the life that is devoted to the worldly merriment, having a kind of party life basically. Go with all the people, dance with them, eat the different things, boast about it. That becomes the life. That a social life where you revel in arranging parties, arranging gatherings, arranging entertainments, and then feel that, you have done such a marvelous job. How many people in the world you know? Do you know God? What is the use of knowing God? Well, what is the use of knowing lot of people? It is, if you read that Thomas A. Kempis great book, Imitation of Christ, you will see this, that if you learn many things, what does it profit you? What can profit you is only holding on to God, love God. So the life changes. Instead of running towards those things, now you seek holy company. Learn to meditate. Learn to get there. It is a change in life. Sri Ramakrishna used to say that at one point that he would see all the close relatives, family members as big, deep wells, that if I go, I may fall down in them. It is like that. So, the big riches and such things, the power to attract people and so forth, he would see them as the heaps of garbage. It is because the perspective is changed. We have to change that perspective, that lifestyle is to be changed. Then alone we will be able to do this. This is the practicality of it. And as we do it, we can feel that the coverings on our true blissful nature reduce, and then there is the surge of happiness there. So, we will stop here today and conclude with the the closing chant, and then if you have any questions, please feel free to bring them forth. Nigamakkalpatarurgalitam phalam Shukamukhaadamritadravasanyutam Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam Muhuruho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Any questions, Juhi?
There is one question from Charlie. Everything you say makes perfect sense. So why do I have doubts?
Well, that is, you don't seem to have any other doubt today because everything made perfect sense. So just hold on to the sense rather than holding on to the nonsense. That is what is the whole life, instead of holding on to nonsense. Hold on to the sense. You just said everything that you said makes perfect sense. Now hold on to the sense, then there will be no doubts. Okay, thank you. So, you have a question, okay. Well, don't find fault in that sense. That this is how the God has arranged those people. Don't find fault with people. Find fault in your attraction to them. Yona's question is that is it possible that without that stopping having contacts with people and without finding fault with them to go for spiritual life? Well, who tells you to find fault with them? Don't find any fault with people. Fault is to be found in our desire to get connected to them for some benefit. It is our mind craves for those things, and now that craving is to be turned towards God. We know that everybody has these cravings. That is why we are in this world and are reading Bhagavatam. But we have to get over it. It is. And those who don't have the inclination to come to spiritual life, their time is yet to come. When their time comes, they will also get there. Like when somebody goes from, say, 4th grade to the 5th grade in the school, does that little child say that why there are then the people in the 1st grade, why are there the children in the 1st grade, why they are not in the 5th grade? Well, they will come there gradually, but that doesn't mean you should go back and sit with them in the 1st grade. It is go on developing in the right direction. That don't worry, God will take care of everyone. If you can help to uplift them, fine. But no, it is let your attraction be not to the world. There are so many deceptive ideas that one gets. After all, they have God in them also. So let me associate with them also. Are you associating with God, or you are associating with those forms, the flesh and so forth? It is very important to learn to see the mind plays such funny tricks with us. It is an important lesson in spiritual life not to fall prey to these vagaries of our mind. It cheats us by showing so many funny, false ideas coated with so-called truth that yes, God is in all of them. So if I associate with them, it is association with God, isn't it? Just introspect that are you getting associated with God, or your worldly attractions are making you think like that. It is otherwise it becomes a big trap again in the name of religious practice. God is in everything. That it is, should I see God in everything? And it is there, everything is not important, God is important. That is to be remembered. So, very good. Thank you. So, let us now conclude with the closing song. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol. Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol.